Hello, Internet. Hello, Sam, and welcome back to After Campfire. This was an interesting week. Sam already covered most of the interesting stuff about this week because of his late video, which is fine, cool. As far as political stuff goes, it's a fucking shit show this week. I know I try not to curse too much on this channel, but very fitting. When our capital kind of gets like raided, it's fun, but cool, whatever. All right. Uh, Henry's Diary of How to Adult was that. I kind of wish that Sam just prolonged all the way until this weekend so I wouldn't make one this weekend because this week was rough. Stressed out for reasons I had a coronavirus scare, but I was minor and I tested negative, so that's all good. But like, work was rough this week, but I was also just distracted because of the craziness that was going on this week, and I just wanted to follow it, but I also wanted to not get yelled at about not finishing things on time, but I didn't know how to do them, and the person that was supposed to help me do them, like, was also not feeling great and also just not really available and busy. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do if they are busy. I don't know. So yeah, I'll talk more about the real world stuff for Sam's question because that's relevant. My question was just like, what would you do for fun? What do you want to do to make your apartment cooler or whatever, something like that. I don't remember the exact words. I know it was partially because I recorded that last video. This is my first video of the year. Oh yeah, it's fun. I know because the last episode I filmed in my room where I had my fancy lights. And part of why I asked that question was because I kind of just planned on adding fancy lights to this room. But I haven't, and I have a kind of different answer now as a very practical answer, which is very boring, which is that it's kind of hard to tell, but I got a PS5. That's fun. I played Spider-Man Miles Morales this week, which was fun, but very, very short. I mean, that's like just the main campaign. There's lots of other side missions to do, but like, for reasons it wasn't as compelling as the first one. It clearly felt a lot more rushed and just trying to get it out the door, and like, the villains were not very compelling compared to the PS4 one, where I was like, this is one of the most amazing stories, like comic book stories I've ever seen. Holy crap, I wish this was just a movie so I could have more friends talk about this. But yeah, so because of the PS5, I'm like, my TV is sort of set up for 4K, but it's like an old, not super great TV that could only do 4K and 30 FPS, and this PS5 is like, nah, that won't, and we can't play 4K on this because it can't do 60 FPS and other reasons. And I'm like, you know what? I need a new TV. So that's my answer, except for the fact that like 60 FPS 4K TVs are like hilariously expensive right now, and they will go down in price, and who knows, maybe I'll move in a little bit, like in a few months, I don't know, or a year. I don't know, now that I have this Amazon job, I'll probably move at some point. Yeah, I don't know. Once I feel more solid there. But yeah, I feel like a better TV. That's what I would like next. Though I would like to add lights in this room as well. Sam, your question to me, and I'm going to paraphrase, I think this is approximately what you said. What am I supposed to do? Help. Something along those lines. Okay. So, this week was a complete mess. But it wasn't all that surprising. There were other politically ridiculous things that happened this week as well, and I can't even remember all of them, but one of the other things, I believe it was this week, was like the beginning of a bunch of pardons for people that probably, shouldn't have been given pardons. And that's fine. But we also had the Georgia election, which was one of the other things that was really distracting me this week, where both Senate seats went blue, which means the Democrats are going to be in control of the House of Representatives, the Senate, and the presidency in about 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks, in 10 days, under a mooch, which I think that is the most valuable thing for you to like think about and try to like relax, because I know, I think in a previous video I even mentioned, I have been on edge, I feel, since the election. And like before the election, during the election, after the election, I felt like I don't feel like I'm gonna feel like in a global scale feeling better about anything until Trump is out of the White House. I don't care if you lean conservative or not. I used to lean a lot more conservative than I do now. But supporting Trump and Trumpism is fucking stupid and wrong and chaotic. Lies are not good. Weirdly enough, truth is important, and like trying to be kind to others is good. And that kind of lying demagoguery can lead to, I don't know, a freaking raid on the Capitol. We're genuinely almost past this. A lot of people on the right have denounced this behavior. It doesn't mean anything. They have nothing to gain by supporting Trump any longer since he's losing and he lost the election. Many other weird steps have been taken since then, which have included like this like right wing like major social network thing has been completely like uprooted and destroyed by like Apple, Google, and Amazon together. Like Apple and Google like took them off their stores, and Amazon is just like, we're just gonna shut down your servers. So like in a sense I feel weird because I'm like, wow, that's really gross that a few companies can just destroy a company, but like also good. Also, like Twitter and Facebook have completely banned Trump at least until the end, and Facebook at least till the end. Wait, did I say that? Whatever. At least until the inauguration of Biden, which is good, and like hopefully that'll lead to calmer things. I don't know. I am genuinely afraid of like assassinations in the near future, especially now with all three like houses of government. Well, not all three houses. I always forget the word to say like the triumvirate of House, Senate, President are now going to be all blue, and Senate majority is one like senator away from being red. I truly worry about assassinations, but I think this was very eye-opening to people. Like I feel like the support for these people on the right is limited mostly to the crazies, and those people are not as numerous as people might think. I would hope. I don't really know. I think things will hopefully calm down after the inauguration. I don't know. It is scary. But I think it is a time to try to relax and try to get in the mindset that this was a terrible era, but we are actually hopefully past this. Because now that we've seen how divisive this kind of behavior can be, I think a lot of people are just tired of it. I mean, I know I am, but I think people on both sides are, and maybe they'll be a little bit more willing to come together. I don't know. I've seen tons of absolutely insane people online, but I've also talked to people like right-leaning and left who are just like a little bit, I don't want to say more neutral, but like ready for peace. Or not that angry. I hope that we are getting to a place where things can be better, and I don't really know what's next, but I'm hoping we are past an era of absolute chaos, and things will be better in the near future. I could be wrong. There are plenty of things to be concerned about around the world. I think there's also so many people are still so on edge because of how much the pandemic has uprooted their lives, but we're finally reaching the end of that. I know people personally who have gotten the vaccine now. I know others, including you, I believe, Sam, who are going to get the vaccine in the next few months. Like you're supposed to get it in February or March or something like that. I don't know. I'm supposed to get it later in the year because my job isn't essential, but like we're getting there. And once we are, as a people, I'm just talking about America for now, are more past the pandemic, more past a person who just fucking lies nonstop, I think some semblance of peace might come. It's really hard to tell. Politically, as far as like the Congress goes, I'm pretty sure after this election, like the next election in 2 years is like this election was a lot of like it was a lot of like a Republican controlled areas or expectedly controlled areas, like fighting to retain their Republican seats. Or no, I don't remember exactly, but like long story short, the next election in 2 years is much more likely to push the blue wave even further blue compared to where we are now. And then the election in 4 years from now, oh, who knows what that's going to be like for the next presidential election. But like, I think we've reached a point where things are going to be a lot more calm and controlled soon. And hopefully the unity of the like three houses of government, or three parts of the government that make most of our laws, will help push to change a lot of the things that are causing problems right now, which is just mostly the distribution of fake news. I don't know. It's so hard to be completely positive because there's so many what ifs, but I think, I mean, I don't really know how much Congress will do either because they are so bad at handling technology. So, Sam, here's your question. If you had control of the government, what kind of laws would you try to put into place to prevent situations like the one we've been in for the past 4 years from happening? I know you probably wanted a light question, but no. Bye.